So venous and lymphatic drainage of lower limb. So what are the set of veins usually what we have seen with the upper limb? Here also we have same sets, like we have superficial veins, then we have deep veins and perforating veins. Okay, so these are the three set of veins what we see in the lower limb. So all veins contain delicate one-way valves. So I will show you in the picture how the valves look. So we know what is the function of valve. They prevent the backflow of blood so that the blood is pumped only towards heart, isn't it? So that is. Now see here, now this is the classification table of veins of lower limb. We have superficial veins and then we have deep veins. So superficial, do you remember superficial veins what we have in the upper limb? Cephalic vein, basilic vein, isn't it? So like that, so superficial veins in the lower limb, we have great saphenous vein and small saphenous vein. Okay, the deep veins are the veins which are correspondingly running with arteries. So we have femoral vein, then profunda femoris vein, popliteal vein, peroneal vein, anterior and posterior tibial vein. If you can remember the branching pattern of arteries, if you just take it in the reverse direction, that will be the deep veins of lower limb. Okay. So from where is the great saphenous vein starting? Keep talking to me, no? Emma, Ritika.
Yes, ma'am.
Huh?
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
What is this round thing you are finding here? Dorsal venous arch.
Dorsal venous arch.
Dorsal venous arch. So what is this big vein you are seeing here?
Great surface.
So is it coming from medial side or lateral side?
Medial side.
Very good. So the great saphenous vein is the largest superficial vein. Saphenous means easily seen through skin. You can see it. That is the meaning of saphenous. Great in the sense it is the largest vein what we find in the body. Okay. So this is the dorsal venous arch and this is the medial end and you are finding the great saphenous vein. So it is, you can see its direction. It is running on the medial side of the leg. Then it is going behind. Then it is continuing its journey on the medial aspect of the thigh. It is piercing the cribriform fascia. Do you remember the modifications of fascia lata? One is cribriform fascia where we have lot of pores and holes. No? So in there you will see there will be one opening, that is saphenous opening. Through the saphenous opening, the great saphenous vein will be opening or draining into which vein?
Femoral.
Femoral vein. Okay, because it is very much superficial vein, inside of this vein will have so many valves. Okay, so as to prevent the backflow of blood. That means the blood should be pumped only towards heart. It should not come down. To facilitate that, inside we have valves. Now if you observe the other picture, what is this name of this arch you said, Emma?
Dorsal venous arch.
So the other side of the dot, this is little toe, right? So which aspect of the leg is this? Lateral or medial?
Lateral.
Lateral. So
Lateral.
from the lateral side, if you see the continuation of the dorsal venous arch, you are finding one more vein. What is the name of this vein?
Small surface.
So small saphenous vein, most of the time small saphenous vein drains into popliteal vein. And we know popliteal vein is one of the veins we have seen in the deeper compartment, isn't it? Deep veins, one of the deep veins it goes into. Okay, now see, now just these are the definitions what we have, like superficial veins, they are seen just below the skin. They include great and small saphenous veins and their tributaries. Deep veins are what you saw in the table. They are actually corresponding, you go in the reverse direction. Yesterday we saw medial plantar artery, lateral plantar artery. No? Now you should go in reverse direction. Medial plantar vein, lateral plantar vein, dorsalis pedis vein, anterior posterior tibial vein, peroneal vein, popliteal vein, femoral vein. Is it not easy? Just tracing it backwards. So femoral vein will be draining into which vein?
Common iliac.
Inferior vena. Okay.
Common vein, external iliac. First external iliac.
Sorry, external. Sorry.
Then common iliac. Then inferior vena.
Common.
Okay, then we have perforating veins. I'll show you the picture. So superficial vein, suppose this is superficial vein, this is deep vein. Connecting these two, we will have perforating veins. We'll see in the picture also. So blood always flows from superficial to deeper compartment. Okay, so we have around 5 perforators usually. We may have one or more lesser, more also. Okay, so along the great saphenous vein, one perforator along the small saphenous vein. We will see in the picture. So perforating veins may be indirect or they may be direct. We'll see the pictures in now. So now see, this is, what is the name you gave, Emma? What is the name of this arch?
Dorsal venous arch.
Dorsal venous arch. So see, the superficial veins commence in the, see these are, now can you name these veins better, which are present on
Common
the,
and proper.
no, better, these ones, metacarpal veins, no?
So, okay.
Sorry, metatarsal veins, superficial veins.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm.
so they receive most of the blood, like
Mm.
from the dorsum of the foot and also from the sole. Okay, so deep veins will be like the ones which are associated with the deeper component. Okay, you can see very nicely. This whole thing is dorsal venous arch. These are the metatarsal veins and digital veins. Okay, they are actually draining into dorsal venous arch. Okay,
Mm.
towards the medial side, it continues as great saphenous vein. Towards the lateral side, it continues as small or short saphenous vein. Many pictures I kept to emphasize the fact. Now you can make it very clear. No, Hansraj,
Mm.
great saphenous vein, femoral vein. Femoral vein into which vein? External iliac vein. Is it? From external iliac, then it will move to common iliac. From common iliac, it will move into
Inferior.
inferior vena cava. This journey you skipped, Hema. You directly jumped from here till here, no?
Yes. Okay. Mm.
No problem. Okay. So if you try telling answers, you will remember more, even though you make mistakes. Okay? So be active. So now see here, corresponding to the name of the arteries, but we should go in reverse direction. But to trace the name of arteries, we remember like femoral artery divides into anterior and posterior tibial arteries. Posterior tibial artery divides into peroneal artery. No? Then from posterior tibial artery in the sole, we have medial and lateral plantar arteries. Now just go in reverse direction. So we have fibular vein, posterior tibial vein, anterior tibial vein, popliteal vein, and femoral vein. These are the deeper veins. Okay, of course, we know the two other ones, the great saphenous and small saphenous veins are the superficial veins. Now, so as I told you, I will be showing you the perforators. Now see, just below the skin, whatever vein we have, we call them as superficial vein. And the one which is present deeper along with arteries as vena committens, we call them as deep vein. So connecting superficial vein and deep vein. Are you finding there are certain perforator veins?
Mm.
Okay, so these are perforating veins. So
Mm.
the blood is actually moving. See the arrow, red arrow? It is from
Mm.
superficial to deep or in the reverse direction?
Superficial to deep.
Yeah, superficial to deep. Okay, now see, actually when you see these perforating veins, so many perforating veins, actually the pumping effect of blood which is present in the muscles, so that will facilitate. Actually, the students who have studied physiology with me, venous return, when we have studied, when we were doing cardiovascular system, I told you the muscle is acting as a pump, muscle pump, which will be helping in pumping the blood back towards the heart. See the direction of valves,
Mm.
it is upwards, so that it is facilitating the flow of blood towards the heart. Okay, beta? So this is one-way valve which will facilitate the flow of blood only towards the heart, upward direction, that is anti-gravity. Okay, so the physiology of venous blood flow, this is not required. Now see here, see this is muscle, isn't it? The same picture was there. So when the muscle is relaxed, you will see the valves which are down, they are actually closed. Now when the muscle is contracted, the lower valves are closed but the upper valves are open, so that the blood is now pushed upwards. No? Again, when the muscle is relaxed, this will close immediately, so that the blood which is pumped up should not come back. Okay, so that is, these are the factors which help in venous return. Okay, so all these are not required. You can just see how this is being facilitated. Now, So actually great saphenous vein itself can be a 5 marks question. So we should know its course, tributaries, perforators and valves. Course are most of the points we have already discussed. So it is the largest and longest superficial vein of the lower limb, begins on the dorsum of the foot on the medial end of the dorsal venous arch. Okay, it runs 1 to 1.5 centimeters anterior to medial malleolus. That is the lower end of tibia along the medial side of the leg and behind the knee. Okay, the dark blue one is great saphenous vein. So in the ankle, see this is ankle. The position of this long saphenous vein or great saphenous vein is same. So it is lying in a groove between the anterior border of medial malleolus and the tendon of tibialis anterior. Between these two, you will see. Then the great saphenous or the long saphenous vein. So in the lower two-thirds and in the upper two-thirds of the leg, it is moving through deep fascia. Okay. Then what is the deep fascia of leg called as?
Fascia.
Fascia cruris, right? Fascia lata in the thigh, fascia cruris in the leg, isn't it? So it
Okay.
is passing through the fascia lata, first cruris and then into the fascia lata. Okay.
Mhm.
So this great saphenous vein crosses the knee joint, okay, and then it becomes more superficial, okay, and then see here in the course of great saphenous vein in the thigh. So it inclines forwards to reach saphenous opening. We know it is piercing cribriform fascia. That is one of the modification of the fascia lata. So this cribriform fascia will have one big opening, that is saphenous opening. Okay, through which it is opening into femoral vein. We know great saphenous vein opens into femoral vein. Okay, the 3 to 4 centimeters. See from here if you measure below and lateral to pubic tuber. Okay. Now, do you remember the superficial branches of femoral artery? Because tributaries are same. Do you remember the branches like 1, 2, 3? Superficial branches of femoral artery. Superficial external pudendal, superficial epigastric and superficial circumflex iliac. These were the names of the branches of femoral artery, superficial branches. Correspondingly, we have veins also same, like superficial external pudendal, superficial circumflex iliac and superficial epigastric veins will drain into great saphenous vein. Is it clear? Okay,
Mm.
better? That is. So that is the structures accompanying. So you see this is the dorsal venous arch and this is our great saphenous vein which has started its journey on the medial aspect of the leg. Now which vein, see you are finding there is a cutaneous nerve accompanying. So that is nothing but saphenous nerve. Okay, it is lying in close relationship with long or great is same thing, great saphenous vein. Okay, then so the nerve is very closely applied to the vein in the lower two-thirds of the leg, as you can see, this one. And often injured in exploring or stripping the venous vein. Like suppose when sometimes we take this vein for grafting. This I told you when I was doing cardiac bypass surgeries, I told you this point. We can use these veins, we can just reverse the direction of valves, if you remember. Okay. While taking this vein for the graft, there are chances of damaging this nerve. So we should be careful, that is the meaning, not to damage, otherwise cutaneous sensation will be lost. Okay. So when it moves into the thigh, it is closely running with medial femoral cutaneous nerve of the thigh. Okay. So just be careful. Okay. Like if we become surgeons in future, if you become. Okay. Then the structures accompanying this, see this is all great saphenous vein. These green lines are all indicating lymphatic vessels, lymph nodes, round ones. So throughout its length, the great saphenous vein is accompanied by lymphatic trunks, draining the dorsum of the foot, anterior and medial aspect of leg and thigh. This lymphatic drainage of this, the one which is accompanying the great saphenous vein, is going into superficial inguinal group of lymph nodes. Okay, that is. Then tributaries. So this is all great saphenous vein, right? So what are the small veins which are opening into great saphenous vein? From this picture only you can write. Okay, so which veins are opening better? Anterior leg vein is draining, posterior arch vein is draining, posterior medial vein, then anterior medial vein. Okay, apart from the three other veins, see what are those? Superficial external pudendal, superficial epigastric, and superficial circumflex iliac. All these are opening into the great saphenous vein. That means they are tributaries. Tributaries. Great saphenous vein itself is 5 marks. Overall, venous drainage of the lower limb is MSA question. Okay. So whatever you saw in the form of picture is listed here. Okay. Tributaries. So what are those? We have anterior lateral vein, then posterior medial vein, then superficial external pudendal epigastric circumflex iliac, and also deep external pudendal vein. Okay, better? Then so tributaries of this great saphenous vein and communication just below the knee. See this one. So actually it is receiving posterior arch vein, this red one. Okay, this is also called as Leonardo's vein, which collects the blood from posterior medial aspect of the arm. Then anterior veins of leg, this one. Okay, as well across the shin and join either sometimes a long surface vein or it may go into posterior arch vein. Whether it goes to posterior arch vein or into the great saphenous. Finally, the blood has to come to great saphenous vein only. Okay? That is. See here, just let us try to understand this picture. Don't read anything like this. See here, this is our dorsal venous arch. That means this one little. And this is the great saphenous vein. So this is our big one, great saphenous vein. From medial aspect of the leg, it has continued. Then dorsal venous arch on the lateral side, we know it is continuous which vein? Short saphenous vein or the small saphenous vein. So great saphenous vein, we know it is opening into femoral vein. Whereas short saphenous vein, we know it is opening into popliteal vein, isn't it? Now, so whatever veins which are draining here, see posterior arch vein. Okay, so whatever veins which are draining are shown. So, like we also have deeper veins which are accompanied by the arteries in the form of vena comitans, isn't it? So, what are those veins we have? Like we have posterior tibial vein, right? Anterior tibial vein, peroneal vein, isn't it better? So all these are deep veins. So there is a communication between the superficial vein and deep vein, isn't it? So wherever there are the communications like this, what do we call them as perforators? Whatever this lavender or violet colored areas are shown, they show the connection of superficial veins with deep veins. Okay, these veins which are connecting superficial to deep veins, they are called as perforators. Are you understanding? Did you get the picture? Okay, beta. So this is great saphenous vein, small saphenous vein. These are deeper veins, and the communicating points are the perforators. So let us try to be more specific. So at the ankle joint, we have three perforators. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, they are called as medial ankle perforators. Or between medial malleolus and mid calf, up to that you would see these are the three perforators. So by looking at this picture only you can make out. So what and what it is connecting? It is connecting posterior arch vein with posterior tibial vein, isn't it? Just practice this diagram, you will be able to write in your own words. Now, see here, small saphenous vein. It's communicating with which vein? Peroneal vein, isn't it? So this is lateral ankle perforator. That means the blood from this short saphenous vein, it is moving to peroneal vein via lateral ankle perforator. Then as you move towards the knee joint, below knee. We call it as Boyd's perforator. So great saphenous vein is now in communication with posterior tibial vein. See, this is posterior tibial vein by means of Boyd's perforator. Okay, then at the level of adductor canal or Hunter's canal, at that point also we have a perforator connecting which vein to which vein? Tell me. Great saphenous vein with the popliteal vein or femoral. Actually, femoral vein, popliteal vein continues as femoral vein, isn't it? So almost at that junction point, connecting the great saphenous to the femoral, we have the Hunterian perforator in the mid thigh. Okay, beta? So these are all perforators, very, very important perforators. They are connecting the superficial vein with deep vein. If you understand this, you will know the strong concepts of the venous drainage. Okay, so there is a free anastomosis between, now you can see like short saphenous vein and venous arch connecting the medial ankle perforating vein. These are lateral ankle perforating vein. That means towards the great saphenous vein, we have medial. Towards the short saphenous vein, we have lateral. Okay? So we have different pictures from, but this picture is very good. This is taken from Vishram Singh only, I remember. Okay? So now you can see like the dissected, what you did in your dissection hall. So just below the skin, we had lot of fat, superficial fascia, fascia lata. This vein is nothing but great saphenous vein. Okay, as you go a little deeper, we know like great saphenous vein is draining into femoral vein. Okay, these are the tributaries. What are those? Superficial circumflex iliac, superficial epigastric, superficial external pudendal. Okay, deep external pudendal also drains. So perforators I have already explained you. Perforating veins. So direct, indirect, need not go into so many details.